midnight marks the deadline for any Kenyan disputing Uhuru Kenyatta's re-election to lodge a petition at the Supreme Court. Although the registrar is yet to receive any petition, on the political front, pressure mounts for President Kenyatta and NASA's Raila Odinga to dialogue.
Six days ago, the electoral body IEBC declared President Uhuru Kenyatta as the president-elect after garnering 7,483,895 votes, which is 98.27% of the valid votes cast in the fresh presidential election that was boycotted by his main challenger, NASA leader Raila Odinga. Since then, no one has moved to the Supreme Court to file a presidential petition to challenge the re-election of President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta. Activist Okiya Omtata had filed a petition at the Supreme Court terming the repeat presidential election as a sham. The petition, which was filed even before the results were announced, contested the validity of the October 26 repeat poll. Meanwhile, sources have intimated to KTN News that 5 petitions might be filed come Monday morning by a section of the civil society challenging the re-election of President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta. Despite the opposition NASA poking holes in the exercise, where elections in 25 constituencies in Luo Nyanza were called off due to violence, they have maintained that they will not be moving to the Supreme Court.
To go to court to challenge a coronation ritual will be tantamount to legitimizing it. Acknowledging that it's an event that took place. For us, it's an event that was not there ab initio.
If no one moves to the Supreme Court by Monday midnight, President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta should be sworn in next week on Tuesday, the 14th, at Kasarani. But even as the wait continues, a section of political and religious leaders continue to pile pressure on President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta and NASA leader Raila Odinga to drop their preconditions and agree to dialogue for the sake of the country's unity.
In the psyche of the nation, we really must be honest with ourselves. We must admit we have issues unresolved related to electoral fraud and how we manage our politics. And these are not issues the IEBC can solve alone without the players.
Apparently, the two main protagonists, President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta and NASA leader Raila Odinga, continue to show minimal interest in engaging each other.
You want to ask me, are you going to engage in dialogue with so and so and so and so? Let them first and foremost exhaust the constitutionally laid out processes.
Before engaging in any dialogue, you must also be clear what differences we are sitting down to resolve.
But according to NAC Kenya leader Martha Karua, a national dialogue that brings on board all political players and religious leaders is inevitable if the country is to unite devoid of any political affiliations.
Power is a shared space, even by the very design of the Constitution. So why don't we just listen to what we are saying? Are we saying when you win elections, the space, the constituency you have won becomes yours to the exclusion of those you are competing with?
Karua blames the current political quagmire to succession politics.
If we allow electoral fraud now, we can forget 2022 and just ask the Jubilee administration to tell us who is next, and they are already telling themselves they are the next.
NASA has already indicated that they will not recognize President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta and his regime and plans to push for a repeat of the presidential election within 90 days. Chris Dairu, KTN News.
The National Super